yours, whom you very early on started doing film as Curtis Harrington, with whom you started Creative Film Associates, went down to Sicily in 1955, and you actually visited the Thelema Abbey, or you made also this documentary, which is unfortunately lost, another of all these films that, especially as Daniel pointed out yesterday already, we'd all be so interested in seeing. But this place was in the 20s a kind of occult commune.
Well, it was just a farmhouse that he did not own. He just leased it in 1920. And Crowley, it was the first commune of people living together who were artists. And maybe they were having sex parties too. It's possible. But of course they were, since they made a religion of eros, so it's frivolous to call them parties. But basically that's what it was. It was like putting a religious aura over sex, as sex is a kind of magical communion, which with good sex is what it is. All right. So keep trying. Crowley was had many enemies, and he was kicked out of in 1923 of Sicily, of Cefalù, which is a few miles from Palermo, because he was English, and also they thought he was doing black magic, which did not make Mussolini too happy. And so Mussolini said, get rid of that crazy, evil Englishman. And so he was given his walking papers, and he had painted all the walls of a leased house, which isn't a good idea because he never owned the house. This was like, so wonderful oil paintings of, like his bedroom is called La Chambre de Cauchemar, the room of nightmares, and the whole idea of the paintings was to show what nightmares were like. And for instance, on the edge of his bed, he had all these demons looking over the edge of the bed at what was going on in the bed. So he had a great sense of humor. But Mussolini had kicked him out, and then they had ordered the paintings all covered with whitewash. So I spent, in 1955, a whole summer very carefully scraping off the whitewash and using diluted acid to soften it up and then remove it. But under it were these beautiful oil paintings by Crowley. And so that was a thrilling experience. And while I was doing it, the famous sexologist, Dr. Alfred C. Kinsey, came to visit me because he wanted to see these paintings. So there's a photograph of me with Dr. Kinsey in the house, which Crowley called the Abbey of Thelema, which means the will, which was after Rabelais. He adored Rabelais. So